Hey folks, it's Mysterious JG. It's time for some more Let's Play Starcraft, not Starflight. Now, every so often you go back and watch a video and you see a joke or a comment you should have made, and I kind of kick at myself that in the video where Manx, the last video, or no, it was 2 videos ago, when Raynor at some point says, "I don't believe it, Zerg, I don't believe it," and then Manx goes, "Believe it." I should have said, "or not." Would have been hilarious, right? Right. Anyway, what happened last time? Last time, we took over Antigua Prime or something. Turn down the volume a bit there. We got a revolution going on some planet or other. And then the Norad 2 got shot down. Let's take another look at that, because it's kind of more important to the events of this video than it was to the events of the last video. We've already seen this, but let's refamiliarize ourselves with what's happening here. And this is the problem with playing these old games. These graphics were fine at the time. Now, they're old enough to look dated, but they're not so old that it's like it looks like something that a cheap game would have done now, when in fact it was actually pretty good when it came out, as opposed to like Starflight, where it's clearly an old DOS game. Hey, man.
It appears that the Confederates are in a state of panic about the Antiguan revolt. I'm picking up a high number of Confederate transmissions going back and forth between their outposts and their headquarters on Tarsonis. Most of the transmissions are heavily coded, but wait, here's something.
Well, this can't be very important then.
This is General Duke calling from Alpha Squadron flagship Norad 2. We've crash-landed and are being hit hard by the Zerg. Request immediate backup from anyone receiving this signal. Repeat, this is a Priority 1 distress call.
Zerg? Here? Serves them right. About time they got a taste of what it's like to be in there mixing it up.
Jim, I want you to move in and save that base.
I'm into it.
If I didn't hear that right.
He's
Arcturus,
not
have
into
you
it.
lost your mind?
Listen, I know Duke's a cold-hearted bastard, but an entire colony shouldn't have to suffer for that.
But it's just his ship.
Besides, a Confederate general could prove to be a powerful ally. This is an opportunity we cannot miss.
I don't like this at all.
I'm not asking you to like it. I'm asking you to do it.
Yes, sir.
Great. Let's get this over with.
Why do they take orders from Manx? I mean, Kerrigan, maybe she's a second in command, but why is Raynor still listening to Manx? I don't know. This is we didn't seem to have any issues last time, but he like Raynor was all. No, he was into it. Never mind. This is the first time there's been any hint that Raynor's not seeing eye to eye with Manx, because he did go into the Jacobs installation and he was into it. So yeah. Apparently, an entire colony is going to suffer if we don't rescue General Duke. So let's do it. Terran dropships ferry units quickly between areas. Load dropships by selecting one or more units, then right-click on the dropship. Dropships are built at the starport. Kerrigan is apparently not going to help us.
This is Jimmy.
This is Jimmy.
This should be good.
Maybe this is a bad idea. Try not to lose any of my troops that I can't repair.
Want to turn up the heat. Naturally. Let's burn. Naturally. Slamming.
Terran buildings with hit points in the red will burn down unless repaired. That's their way of telling us, fix this building. And if my mouse wasn't giving me so much trouble, I would do that.
Can I read you?
Sir.
Roger that.
Okay, so let's
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out remember which bunker tends to get attacked the most in this mission.
We're doing
Whoa.
this, we better hurry. That ship won't last long against those Zerg.
There's only one Hydralisk, well, two. Are they at least gonna repair it?
Anytime you're ready.
And what was that sound? I could have sworn that I got infested by a parasite from a Zerg Queen, but I'm pretty sure that unit type hasn't shown up yet in this game.
Slamming.
Alright, it's good enough. Get this thing fixed.
Commander. Outstanding.
Now there's a man outstanding in his field. Why can I see blue here? Oh, there's a Scourge that's just barely within their visual range. Scourge is an anti-air air unit.
Systems functional. Target designated.
Yes, sir.
Target Renegade. Renegade, we gotta be.
Affirmative.
Alright, so this is one of those maps where if I'm playing this and I'm not LPing it and I just don't really have anything to do and feel like playing some Starcraft, I'll take my time and I'll build up a big force and I'll clear the entire map of Zerg. Because while you're supposed to be in a big hurry to prevent Duke's ship from being destroyed, it will actually last for a long time.
Reporting for duty. Orders received.
Now this is the Norad 2, as it displays here, is a special unit type. It's basically a building. It can't move, it doesn't attack. It's a building. I don't understand. Now, do I control these guys? I do control these guys, and that... Oh. That's why there was a parasite detected. It was detected down here.
For duty.
I didn't realize I controlled these guys. I completely forgot about that.
Yes, sir.
Well, that being the case...
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Oh, I can't repair... Okay, so I need to start mining Vespene so that I can repair the Goliath.
Not enough minerals.
Orders received.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that. So we can't deploy anything down here, but,
Go ahead, TACOM. Systems functional.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
that's treated as,
Did I read you?
an actual, whatever you call that unit type, battle cruiser, which means that it costs Vespene and minerals to repair. It's a special battle cruiser type that is a ground target and can't move, and it's used for this mission, basically. Although when you get into like the campaign builder stuff that people do, it shows up there, of course, because you know, they used it in the real game, so they allow people, hey, you want to build your own mission where you have to rescue a downed ship? Go ahead, have fun with it. I'm pretty sure they do. I don't actually know that for a fact because I never designed my own Starcraft maps.
SCV good to go, sir. Job finished. Right away, sir. Orders, Captain. Orders received.
Okay, so
SCV good to go, sir.
I don't always have a lot of stuff to say while I'm LP in this game because there's a lot of stuff that's the same in every level, and I'm building up my base, getting my resource gatherers going, and hoping that I don't get attacked before I've really got
SCV
things
good to go,
established.
sir. Affirmative.
That's a pretty big part of this game. And I think I'll do my normal pattern of just building up a big force of Marines, but with no great fanfare, a new unit type has become available to us.
Your forces are under attack.
Forces are under attack. Oh, those sons of bitches, they killed that one Goliath.
Systems functional.
I couldn't get it repaired because they were burrowed here and they just popped up to attack.
Roger that.
Comlink online.
Orders, Captain.
Comlink online.
Orders, Captain.
Well, the NORAD 2, we're going to be able to keep it repaired now because we got Vespene and SCVs over there. I think I played through this off camera and never even realized I controlled those units, so I never gave them any orders. I feel a bit silly now.
Anytime you're ready.
Alright, Jungle Jimmy, we're gonna get you out of harm's way because I never bothered to repair you. And I don't feel like spending the resources to do it now. Although I probably should, because you can lose the mission that way. Now, I don't really feel like I need to defend down here, but in theory the Zerg could, you know, airdrop over here and attack, but...
SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain? Affirmative.
Anytime you're ready.
Probably need to start researching and just generally doing stuff other than building the resource gatherers now. There is another resource area in this map that you can use. Who's
Base is
attacking
under
what?
attack.
What?
Right away, sir.
Oh, they're out of the range of that bunker. Well, that kind of sucks.
Sounds fun.
Reporting for duty. Roger that. Orders
Okay, let's go ahead and get some repairs going on. And as always, when the SCVs repair each other,
right away, sir.
I wish I knew the lyrics to "Let's Get It On," because that's what I'm trying to reference here. And I believe I usually do build 2 bunkers here just to prevent that. I have another bunker here. This bunker where they placed it, it's actually kind of a little too far in this direction.
Anytime you're ready.
Reporting.
Oh, you know, I didn't even realize it, but we got a 3-way going here.
Yes, sir.
Alright. That's enough of that, JG. Stop being disgusting.
Orders, Captain?
Not enough minerals.
Reporting for duty.
You know it's my duty to please that booty.
Orders received.
And now that we lost that Goliath, and we don't have,
Go ahead, TACOM.
and we've repaired the Norad too, to the point where, I mean, honestly, it should be able to fly at this point, but,
Your forces are under attack.
now who is it? Oh, these guys must have been burrowed in my base.
Anytime you're
You
ready.
sons of...
Sounds fun.
Job finished.
They killed my freaking resource guys. I hate me some losing SCVs. And they're just being obnoxious.
Comlink online.
That green slime thing that the Queens does just slows down your movement.
Confirmed.
It's not exactly the most devastating attack in the game, but it's annoying.
Job's finished. Reporting for duty.
So am I gonna have to build a damn missile turret just to make sure there's nobody else? I think that's gotta be it. Alright, forget it, I'm not using the resources.
Piece of me,
Right away,
boy.
sir.
You want a piece of me, boy? Rock and roll.
Reporting for duty.
Move my soul, live my soul on fire. I really should, if I could build science vessels, I'd just build a science vessel, which is a detector unit, and go look for burrowed Zerg units that have been burrowed for the entire game, you know, this entire level. They never bothered to come out and attack. Or they haven't yet, but they could. That's what happened over here. I don't think there was an airdrop. There could have been. I think burrowed Zerg units just popped up. But then again, they might have been an airdrop. I could build... What can I build here? Can I build, Have they set this place up specifically so I can't build anything? No. So I could build missile turrets here to try to keep, overlords out, but I don't really know how much good that will do. There's 2 strategies. You can either build up an attack force as quickly as possible, or you can try to find ways to improve the survivability of General Duke and the Norad 2. I'm just begging to find out that there's hidden dudes down here who are going to stop that.
I read you. Job's finished.
base is under attack.
This might make it a little bit harder on them as far as Queens coming in and bothering us. There's also now there's guys over here. Oh, they were.
Job's finished.
Upgrade complete.
Orders, Captain? Roger that.
No, apparently they did not make it any harder on the Queens because they still came in, green slimed my guys, and then left. It's like Slimer and the real Ghostbusters are attacking us. Well, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And Buster makes me bigger. Yeah, sorry. A little moment of retardation there. You'll get used to them as you watch my LPs.
Job's finished. I read you.
Alright, probably time to start upping my population
Your
limit.
forces are under attack.
Systems functional.
It's just annoying when they attack the Goliaths, because that means I have to spend gas and minerals repairing. And sadly, one of the biggest annoyances here is that I can't see the enemies till they're right on top of me, because we're actually surrounded by high ground. We're in like a little depression. And the missile turrets are detectors, but they still can't see over these walls. So actually, it's not a good place to be defending, but we're not really eating particularly aggressive attacks from the enemy here. And when we get around to exploring the map a bit, you'll see that there's quite a few Zerg on this map, and they could be more aggressive than they actually have
Not
been.
enough minerals.
I like to have my barracks all kind of together so that it's easy to you researching. Alright, you repair this, and when it's done researching I might move it so I can put a barracks here.
Job's finished.
Well, this is ridiculous. Just move this one. No, that was actually not the right move either.
Upgrade complete.
Just trying to make room.
Orders, Captain? Affirmative. I read you.
There we go. Now, if I want to build Goliaths or Vultures, well, I'm going to run out of gas soon. Maybe I will. I didn't do it when I off-screened through, and this is pretty much the last mission I off-screened by. Or no, the next mission is the last one I off-screened through before
Orders, Captain?
stopping myself so that I could actually just LP it. But see, these guys, yeah, they were trying to sneak around down here, but they got just close enough to be fired on, and that triggered them to attack. It'd be nice to kill those bastards too, but they usually get to booking. And I'm going to spend minerals on one last big
Research complete.
effort to build up more mineral gatherers before I actually start building troops. And I was just saying, I didn't bother to take over any other resource patches. There's another resource patch you can take over on this map. I didn't bother because I was trying to rush. And even though I'm LPing and I really should be in a hurry, now I kind of feel like taking that over.
Upgrade complete.
Mostly because I know... I mean, any rush I'm in is because I want to keep this video from getting too long and dull for you guys, but now that I actually know that we control these units, I have no real fear that they're going to get overrun. Now, certainly the Zerg could throw an attack at them that would be more than 2 bunkers and a couple of Goliaths could handle, but I don't think they're going to.
Base is under attack.
I read you. Right away, sir.
I didn't realize I already had somebody over there.
Orders, Captain.
I either need to just keep somebody there, or I need to build 2 bunkers here, because this place is going to get attacked a lot. I don't think we get siege tanks until next mission. We do get an armory, though. So maybe we do have siege tanks in this mission.
Orders, Captain. Roger that. Orders, Captain.
Your forces are under attack.
Can't build any of that until I have a factory.
Orders received.
Channel open.
And a queen is going to come along and slime them.
Systems functional.
Orders, Captain.
They always do. They really should do that before their Hydralisks and Zerglings attack. There, they just got slimed. I don't know why they keep doing that after instead of before. If they do that before, it slows attack speed. Don't think it affects the infantry in the bunkers, but it slows down the Goliath's attacks. Probably not going to make a difference, but definitely doesn't make a difference when they do it after the attack, so I just don't get it, why they're waiting. Oh, I keep forgetting that when you tell something in this game to build an extension, you have to actually lay down the structure again, show it exactly where you want it to lay after that's
Channel
built.
open.
Another little difference with Starcraft 2 that you don't, certainly wouldn't have noticed it as a problem when playing Starcraft over the years, but it's something they kind of fixed in Starcraft 2 and made better, is that you can double-click on a barracks when there's 3 barracks on the screen.
Your forces are under attack.
Yeah, they must be airdropping, or
Yes, sir.
they must be burrowed or something. I don't see how they could have airdropped in there.
Piece of me, boy.
Systems functional.
I read you.
Go ahead, TACOM.
And we get slimed, of course. No, what am I talking about? They can't be burrowed. They must be airdrops. If they were burrowed, these things would have spotted them. That was the whole reason I built them. Oh well. JG doesn't know what he's talking about. What else is new? Alright, so let's get an armory going down here. I sworn I just felt a cat jumping on the bed I'm sitting on. So now, our mission objectives. Take a look at our mission objectives. Protect Battlecruiser Norad 2. Bring Raynor and 2 dropships to Norad 2. Seems like that's pretty easy, right? Why don't I just build, what do you call the thing that allows you to build air units? Why don't I just build one of those, a starport, and fly over there? It's not that far. Here's why. Oh, awesome! I didn't think of this, but I can actually use that to. I could actually use this to help them maybe clear the air a little bit. Out of the air, brother. But anyway, these little sort of penile-looking things. Actually, sun colonies are kind of penile-looking too from the right angle. But these things that my cursor's on, those are spore colonies. They are the Zerg's stationary anti-air defense. Not that it defends against anti-air. It's their stationary air defense. And they would chew my transports to pieces if I try to take the direct route. So we can't. We can't take the direct route. It's not a good idea for us to take the direct route. Now, once again, they only let us research level 1 armor and weapons. I don't know why, because this is a map where you can have... Again, I forgot I have to lay the thing down again when I build that extension. But you can throw down with the best of them. You can throw down a whole lot of units and have a big old mix-up with the Zerg in this map. You're supposed to find the most direct route and avoid fighting all of the Zerg clusters that are out there. But you don't have to do it that way. You can do you a whole lot of fighting. Alright, well these guys are done producing, so let's get them back to work producing.
Add-on complete.
But I won't spend all of my resources because
Base is
I'm under attack. You guys get over there and repair that, thank you.
Affirmative.
You want a piece of
I do want a piece of you, boy.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Just vulture upgrades. Yeah, I can build Goliaths. I can't build siege tanks. Spider mines. Raynor starts out with Spider-Man's mines. I did show you how those worked, but I might as well show you again because
Piece of me, boy.
I'm not going to be using them in the attack phase.
Finished. Orders, Captain. Piece of me,
So I might as well
boy.
lay a couple and let you guys check it out. Now the Funk Soul Brother.
Raynor here. This should be good. Oh yeah. This should be good. Sounds fun. Right on.
Now, these may be good places for spider mines, and it might turn out that the Zerg foot traffic never goes through there, but
Right on.
I'm thinking it probably will. Certainly, they can't get to this one without triggering that one first, but certainly they had been queuing up over here to attack. So I think we'll get some Zerg activity over there. So if we feel like building vultures, those are worth researching, but I don't feel like building vultures. Let's get, let's just keep building Marines until we run out of population limit, basically. We can build Goliaths, too. Goliaths are online. Goliaths are these guys. They're basically big, expensive robot infantry. They got a lot more... Oh, we're being attacked over here.
You want a piece of me, boy? Raynor here.
Raynor here, getting some kills.
You want a piece of me, boy? Yes, sir. Orders received.
But Goliaths are kind of like big, heavy-duty infantry. Like Terran. Terrans already have a unit that can shoot at the ground and the air, the infantry. So Goliath are kind of doing the same thing.
You want a piece of me?
You just slimed Jim Raynor.
Piece of me, boy. Orders, Captain. Piece of me, boy.
I believe that as a hero unit, he cannot be. They can't use spawn broodling on him. That's a special ability the Zerg have that hopefully we won't be seeing in this LP until I'm playing as the Zerg, because it is a really irritating ability to have used against you.
Me, boy.
Meantime, we are about to hit our population limit, so let's start building some supply depots. And I've got a idle SCV. That is one of those things that just happens sometimes.
You want a piece of
Game does not have a idle villagers button
Additional supply depots required.
to prevent that from happening. Now I'm building a starport with the upgrades. I don't plan on really building a lot of wraiths here, but I do need to build 2 drop ships before it's over. I believe I need the control tower to build drop ships. I don't actually remember them. I was trying to tell you about Goliaths. They can shoot ground and air.
Upgrade complete.
They do 20 plus 4 damage to the air, whereas Marines do 6 plus 1. Marines have armor of 1. These things have armor of 1. So basically, Goliaths have a lot more hit points than Marines, and they can be repaired, but they're basically really expensive Marines. So I don't usually use Goliaths that much. They're much more effective than Marines for anti-air. They can attack ground targets, but if you're attacking the ground, Goliaths are just really overpriced. A lot of people advocate using them for air defense. So those are Wraith upgrades. Excuse me, sorry. I'm not planning to use Wraiths, though. Basically just going to spit out a bunch of Marines. As I do. This is the Zerg player in me, folks. The race I usually play as is the Zerg. And I kind of play the other races like they were Zerg sometimes. With the Protoss, you really can't afford to play them like they were the Zerg. Protoss units are too expensive. So I'm better able to make myself build a small number of expensive units with the Protoss. But with the Terrans, we don't even have access to like the really heavy hitter units at this point, so why not build shitloads of Marines? Why can't I have wine? I know what it is. Let's see if we can do anything useful here. Not really. I mean, I could. Yeah, see, I don't want my guys charging out of here trying to attack because they'll run into sunken colonies, which will kick their asses. Now, as we can see, there's obviously Zerg through here,
You want a piece of me, boy?
so we could come through on the ground over here.
Want a piece of me, boy?
But I believe there's resources up here that I could grab.
Boy.
Yeah, there are. And I don't think I even need to really defeat a lot of Zerg to get them.
Jacked up and good to go. Outstanding.
Job's finished.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Jacked up and good to go. Outstanding.
There's no sunken colonies over here, because if there were, at the beginning of the mission, when Jim Raynor and the guys were hanging out here, they would have gotten killed before they even knew what was going on.
Piece of me, boy.
Wow, flyers. And they actually managed to attack my Marines.
Give me some.
So my frickin' Marine attack force took a small amount of damage, to be sure, but they took damage before I even got to deploy them.
Finished.
Oh, that irritates me.
Yes, sir.
Base is under attack.
Systems functional.
Damn it! I didn't react quickly enough.
Affirmative.
I should not have let that Goliath pursue up there.
I read you. Reporting for duty.
And this is where we get to the point where, yes, I probably don't need to take all frickin' day, but
Jacked up and good to go.
these guys are jacked up and good to go.
Standing by.
Job
Jacked
finished.
up and good to go. Rock and roll.
I read you.
This tactic I've got of building mass Marines makes it a little frustrating that we can't give them the full armor and weapon upgrades that are available in-game. So yeah, this is basically undefended. I'll move. Yeah, there's like a couple of Broad units in the way. One Hydralisk and 2 Hydralisks total. So not one Hydralisk, one Hydralisk. Basically, 2 Hydralisks. Probably should be mixing it up and putting in some fire bats too, but I just don't tend to do that.
Reporting for duty.
I guess I could research ship plating and stuff, but I wasn't planning to use wraiths.
Commander. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
And part of me wants to replace him with somebody at full health and put him in a bunker, but
Standing by.
and I'm surprised that they haven't come out to
Go, go. You want a piece of me, boy?
they haven't come out marching out of there,
You want a piece of
marching
me,
right
boy?
through these lame fucks territory since I built those spider mines. I don't think it's because they know about the spider mines and are being careful. I think I just didn't understand the attack route they're actually using, which involves
Affirmative.
You want a
okay, I need to stop building stuff until
piece of me,
so I mine these things out and I don't have enough resources left to build a command center up here. I'm screwed.
Commander, jacked up and good to go. Give me something to shoot. Jacked up and good to go.
But I've probably got a big enough force to win the entire map at this point, so
You want a piece of me, boy? Standing by. Rock and roll. Jacked up and good to go. Outstanding. Rock and roll.
so I got some guys specifically going after the sunken colonies. Other guys are just on attack any terrain on the other side of the sunken colonies. The sunken colonies, as you can see, are the Zerg anti-ground attack stationary defenses. They stick these kind of tongue things in the ground and wipe you out.
Commander, give me something to shoot. Standing by. Give me something to shoot.
You don't want to just attack the sunken colonies and just order your guys flat out to do it, because they won't fire back at Zergling and Hydralisks that start attacking them. But the sunken colonies are probably going to be the biggest damage-dealing thing that they've got, so you don't want to just ignore the sunken colonies while having lots of guys shooting at, like, Zerglings, Hydralisks, and you certainly don't want to waste time shooting at things like Zerg eggs when there's still sunken colonies in effect. this point, I can probably just take out the actual Zerg layer so that they can't produce more. But again, you want to have a couple of guys who are kind of permitted to choose their own target, so that you don't end up with like one Hydra like that one. He's just shooting at it, so not being countered. And I'm not bothering with stim packs, but I could. Like in the middle of an attack on an enemy base is a valid time to use stim packs if you use stim packs at all. So when the Zerg infest a planet, there's only one way to purify it, folks. Fire. Must purge evil with fire. Now we're moving farther away from General Duke, but I still feel like we should be clearing as much of this as we can here. And as sometimes happens, the guys who are the first ones into the base stop to shoot at something and end up preventing the other guys from moving in by blocking the way, but that's going to happen. Mutalisks, you hate them when you're not the Zerg, you love them when you are the Zerg. They have air units, so it can get anywhere. They're quite fast, and they have an attack that actually hits one target, then bounces off and hits another. Okay, you're really gonna annoy me if we can't get rid of you.
Let's move.
You keep drifting out of range. We want to get quite close before we attack.
Outstanding.
Don't let them just choose to attack until I've got enough of them gathered in, concentrated.
Go, go, go. Outstanding.
There we are. Okay, so we've certainly
Standing by. Give me
made this resource patch up here accessible. If I had medics...
Your forces are under
Oh, my
attack.
forces are under attack. There we go. Now you'll see one of these things in action. Much more useful if there's several of them coming.
Base is under
These are orange Zerg. This is actually a different Zerg group. If you look at the map there, you'll see that there's blue and orange. It's actually two different players, two different computer players. Don't know why they bother to do that, because the computer players, they're obviously all allied, and it's all the AI controlling them, but they will have distinct forces. And on some maps, the distinct forces will have very different builds. Like the computer will, it'll be pre-programmed in that their one base is really heavy on flyers, and the other base is like not or whatever. But
Reporting for duty.
so there's actually a resource pack. I mean, we could take over here, because once the creep goes away, we'll be able to build our own units and stuff there. But we'll just go ahead and build up here, and I don't think I'll bother to build defenses.
standing by.
Your forces are under attack.
Hey, how did you guys get up there? See, now here's those damn queens who'd been... Queen, come get you some... These are the queens that have been sliming everybody. That's these guys right here. These ladies, I should say, I suppose. Looks like a whole bunch of them got separated out. Somehow my military got all... weird.
Yes, sir?
Why didn't you start building? Did a burrowed Zerg unit, like, scare you? There shouldn't be burrowed units here. There could be, though. I should actually make sure I check for that.
Your forces are under attack.
That is a tactic that the AI will do as the Zerg quite a bit in random maps, is they'll find a resource patch that they can't actually claim for themselves, and they'll burrow a unit there. So anyway, the AI will continue purging the earth with fire.
Your forces are under attack.
Although I'm not using fire bats. Maybe I should be using fire bats just so that that saying makes more sense. But yeah, this tactic, building lots of cheap units and just constantly attacking, this is really more of how you're supposed to play the Zerg. But hey, it's pretty effective. I mean, the Terran campaign is kind of the intro campaign for the game, so it's not like I'm beating particularly devastatingly difficult missions here, but I still maintain that we're doing all right.
Commander. You want a piece of me, boy?
Now, just for fun, I could start trying to build up like
Rock and
army of
roll.
Goliaths, but you've seen what Goliaths are about, so you know what? Let's
You want a piece of me, boy?
let's cancel these guys and build some fire
Want a
bats.
piece of me, boy?
Job finished.
Get some use out of all that Vespene that we've been gathering, and that we will go on to gather once we've taken over this base, this area.
For duty.
So that I have to build a Vespene refinery. There's Vespene there. Doesn't matter that I don't need more Vespene.
Need a light?
I read you.
Need a light?
Your forces
Do you need
are
light?
under
Please
attack.
answer me. It's a valid question.
Jacked up and good to go. Give me something to shoot. Commander, give me something to shoot. Jacked up and good to go. Go, go, go. Rock and roll.
So we're basically fighting our way now up to this elevated place from which the Norad keeps getting attacked. You can actually see now the path that we have to follow. We're basically there. I think there might be more. Yeah, they're still trying to use their like Slimer attack.
Need a light?
Orders, Captain?
So why am I even bothering to set up guys here? We've already won this map. Well, we basically, at this point, we can guarantee that the Norad won't fall because we're going to take over
Let's move.
the surrounding. Wow, Group 6 got cut almost in half already. They really took some damage.
Your forces are under attack.
Give me something to shoot. Go,
Anything
go,
up
go.
here in this very top corner?
Need a light? Outstanding. Need a light?
No, not really.
Rock and roll. Need a light, Commander. Go, go, go. Give me something to shoot. Let's move.
So at this point, you're supposed to bring in Jim Raynor on a dropship to save them, but at this point, Jim Raynor can come in on foot.
Go.
And the mission still won't end at that point. We gotta bring in the dropship. It's part of the mission requirements.
Give me something to shoot. Rock and roll.
Now, most of these blue defenses up here are, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are anti-air, so the Marines should be able to handle this.
Let's move.
Obviously, now I've got enough fire bats so they can go in and be part of the party.
Fire it up.
Base is
Now it's a
under
race to see if the fire bats can actually be on time to help.
Naturally.
And we got Scourge, who fled into the range of these missile detector turrets. The Scourge are anti-air suicide attackers. They fly up to Terran, Protoss, or I suppose other Zerg flyers and explode and deal mass damage. They cost a decent amount of gas, but not very many minerals. Which is why in this game, once you've run out of even if a Vespene geyser's been drained of its Vespene, you still can pick up 2 instead of 8 units of Vespene per trip to the geyser. So the Zerg start building loads of Scourge near the end of the game because they've run out of freaking minerals. Here come the fire bats. Here comes Dirk, the blick of the mass brigade.
Go, go, go.
So we should be close to clearing this entire map now. I mean, obviously I could have won a while ago, but... But once I've got the map almost cleared, I always just want to finish up and clear the whole thing.
Jacked up and good to go.
Your forces are under attack.
I'd say there must be another second colony. I really did think we'd hit the point where our last Terran unit had died, but now there's one more second colony and one more Marine to be killed. The Scourges, like I said, they're air suicide attackers. They can't touch the Marines. Can't touch this. But they're fast, which makes them kind of hard to kill. So there's a whole cluster of them that are going to be kind of a pain in the butt here at the end. And the fire bats will be of no use against them because the fire bats can only attack the ground. So we might come out of this with some surviving Scourge, actually. But probably not. They're fast, but they don't have a lot of hit points. So I believe we've cleared the map. Now, one thing I should have done that I didn't think about was to get the 2 drop ships built and ready to go before we got to that point. So sorry about that one, folks.
Right away, sir.
Can't really get over there except with a ship, and I'm sure there's nothing down there, so... You guys...
I read you. Affirmative.
Guy Bespin, who cares? It's over.
Rainer here.
I'm into it. Rainer, come on down and say hello to General Duke, your old friend.
I read you.
See, look at him there. You can tell he's going to be happy to see us.
Systems functional.
I mean, we saved his ass. He should be happy to see us. He won't be.
Can I take your order?
Alrighty. This one drop ship.
Input coordinates. In the 5 by 5.
Yeah, so I hope the LP hasn't already become boring, because this is basically how I play the Terrans, and in Brood War this might not work, because the difficulty's ramped up a bit in Brood War. But in most of the missions in the Starcraft campaign, this strategy is going to be just fine. Build up your defenses. Research as much armor and weapons for the Marines as you can, and just pretend that you're the Zerg,
Can
only
I
with
take
machine
your
guns.
order? Destination. In transit HQ.
So, this can be it, folks. As soon as this dropship gets here, we won. No, I'm not going to let the dropship show up yet. But yeah, so to recap, we built up a big force of Marines here.
Commander, jacked up and good to go.
6 times 12. So I had 70 Marines. 6 times 12 isn't 70, JG. 6 times 12, 72. I had 72 Marines at least, and I had a couple of stragglers, and of course guys who were in barracks. So let's say that I had roughly 80 Marines, and 12 fire bats plus whoever is still down here, 3. I had, oh that's right, because I built 3 groups of 5, so that was 12 plus 3 extra. So I had about 15 fire bats, about 70 Marines, and we might wipe the map completely clear. What was stopping me from just building a couple of drop ships, possibly with wraiths as escorts, and just flying straight to them, is the fact that they had a large amount of spore colonies and scourge here. Spore colonies and scourge equals you can't fly here. So ground units come in. There's a couple of sunken colonies scattered around, but for the most part, nothing. And as you can see, anywhere where there's still fog of war that used to be Zerg, we can still see goop. But if we actually sent units here to explore, this goop is probably gone. And this is because I spent too much time talking. But yeah, like this whole Zerg-infested area.
Input coordinates.
If we waited for a long time before we triggered the end, just for fun, because we didn't have anything better to do, this whole map would, the creep would dry up, and there would be no evidence the Zerg were ever here. So job well done.
In transit HQ.
Took a while, maybe longer than I needed to take, but job well done.
You're about the last folks I expected to show up.
Well, maybe Prince Uzama-Fuma.
What's your angle here, Minsk?
Our angle? I'll give you an angle, you slimy Confederate piece of
Jim, enough. I'll handle this. The Confederacy has fallen apart. due
I'm
to
apparently in one of the dropships, by the way.
colonies are in open revolt. The Zerg are rampaging unchecked. What would have happened here today if we hadn't shown up?
Your point?
I'm giving you a choice. You can return to the Confederacy and lose, or you can join us and help save our entire race from being overrun by the Zerg. I don't think it's a difficult decision.
Join forces with you? I'm a general, for God's sake.
Besides, you're not southern enough.
Without an army. I'm offering you a position in my cabinet, not just some backwater post. Don't test my patience, Edmund.
All right, Mengsk. You got a deal.
You've made the right choice, General Duke.
How can I resist living in your
You're
cabinet?
really gonna trust this snake?
Don't worry, Jim. He's our snake now.
Victory! I'm offering you a position in my cabinet. But how can I live in your cabinet and I'm a full-size person? That's just a wooden piece of furniture. I obviously mean the political type of cabinet. How am I supposed to assume that? You don't have a cabinet. You ain't even in political office yet. And Rainer's like, I can't believe we're having this conversation. It's so stupid. So. Mysterious JG and the Sons of Kohal. We did not get as many resource points as the computer. You can check just how, how good a job you did with building up workers and gathering resources and stuff when playing on a random map against the computer or other humans. Can't really rely on this numbers meaning anything against the computers in the campaign, because a lot of the times the computer will start out with a large amount of minerals. You pretty much always start with 0 or a couple hundred. Sometimes the computer AI will start with a huge base of minerals, and then they'll be programmed on that particular map not to do very much. So I don't really trust this. I don't trust what they're gathering. I mean, it looks... that could be correct, actually. Although the 8,000 for the blue guys... Say hello to the blue guys. That suggests to me that they started with 8,000 and never gathered any minerals. Then again, no, that's gas. Yeah, it suggests that they just didn't have any geysers going. And sometimes the AI will, on the pre-programmed maps, the scenario missions, you'll find their base, and it's almost decorative. They've got like one base with like 3 drones gathering minerals, and that's it. And then you play against a computer, and they've got like a dozen plus drones gathering stuff at each base, and they've got and they build multiple bases if you don't contain them and stop them from taking over the map. Yep. This video is almost an hour long, so what's the point in hurrying it up now? Structures, we didn't lose any, but we raised a total of 46. As you can see, they constructed between them 12, and there was obviously a lot more than 12 structures. So that was all stuff that's just there from the beginning. And yeah. We lost 54 units. That's pretty high casualty count for Terrans in the campaign. I tend to build up big groups of weak units like Marines, and do tend to see a lot of losses that way. But yeah, we killed a heck of a lot more than we lost, of course. Of course, sweet America, of course. And you should, when fighting against the Zerg, you should be inflicting significantly more casualties in number, not necessarily in resource cost. And yeah, that's it. We won. Now we got Duke on our side. That's what I always wanted. So now the Duke's on our side, it's time to take a decisive action, which is a reference to something he'll say later, so whatever. Alright. So, the Norad 2 went down. Duke called for help from anybody. We showed up to help, and he had a brief moment of being pissy about it before Arcturus May convinced him, we're both southern and kinda evil. Why not be on the same side? And so they are. And, Duke really seemed like a bit of a jerk, kind of an asshole, but, he was a general who was stationed in he was overseeing kind of a backwater part of the system, I suppose. And when the locals start complaining about stuff and he's got orders from above that he's following, I mean, he's not... You might disagree with me. He doesn't seem like a villain, just kind of a jerk. And if we knew more for sure about what the Confederacy knows about the Zerg, are they intentionally avoiding contact? Is it going to turn out that the Zerg are actually some kind of because I didn't know this when I was playing through the game for the first time, the answer to these questions. Is it going to turn out that the Zerg were some kind of engineered weapon of the humans that they've lost control of or something like that? I mean, we could go into Zerg episode 2. We could find out that's exactly what's going on. This whole story could turn out to be the story of the Zerg asserting themselves as an independent race. It could also turn out to be something completely different. But right now, all we know is that there's these aliens out there that are a threat. The Confederacy wasn't doing a very good job of dealing with it, and now we're in revolt. It seems like this would be a good time to be working together, the Terrans, and not fighting each other, but whatever. Even though we're fighting the Terrans in theory in the plot, we've been fighting the Zerg a lot in these missions. But what was I getting at? My point was, yeah, Duke's not really a villain so much as just kind of a jerk. He was ordered by his higher-ups to leave well enough alone and not get involved, and he did it. And Jim Raynor obviously would have told them to go to hell and gone out, and he would have saved those folks. Trust me. And Jim Raynor's a hero, and Duke's not a hero. But not being a hero is not the same as being a villain. Why did I go off on this big thing defending General Duke? I don't really know. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. When we come back, don't want to give too much away, but the plot starts to come together a bit. So next time, spoilers, sort of, kind of, I suppose. Next time, it's going to be Terran versus Terran. We're going to be back to what we were doing in the mission before this one, where it's us as the rebels fighting against the Confederacy. And these guys over here, the Protoss, keep watching, folks. They'll show up eventually. Matter of fact, by the time you get to the end of the Protoss campaign, which has a certain amount of Protoss on Protoss action, you're going to be sick to death of the Protoss before it's all over. But right now, they remain kind of a cool mystery, which I appreciate. I dig on that. But we got a lot more fighting to do with the other Terrans, and even a little bit more fighting, I think, possibly with the Zerg before we get to tangle with the Protoss and find out what their dealio is. But we will get to all of that eventually, folks. This is Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching and for choosing my Let's Play, which will be continuing in another video another day. Bye-bye for now, folks. Forgot how to get out of this window for a second. Bye-bye, folks.